Good morning, friends. We're at a job we got called on. Actually, Chris, believe it or not. Chris, old boy, how you doing? Hi, son.
How's it going?
Good. We've got a situation here, actually, friends, that... what way's the wind blowing? Is it working with us? Looks like it might be.
It's blowing that way.
Is it?
Look at the cedar foliage. It's getting pushed towards there.
You take a look behind me here.
It's blowing back on us.
I think it's blowing northwest, which would be
nice.
back there. Well, not... Friends, they had a tree which is completely root rot. It was a balsam. Look, there's no root system on it at all. It peeled right out. It's blowing today, but here's our situation. That thing does have stem lean back.
Yeah, it does. Like this way.
Hey?
Like this way and that way.
Well, it's got stem lean back and there. So what is that wind doing? It's in really, really bad shape. It got struck by lightning.
Please throw me my app.
So we're gonna just get the stump ready. And I think there was 4 or so people that looked at it. And one fellow was gonna bring a
Yeah, there is a seam there, so that's nice.
yeah, it was gonna bring a crane in or something. Hogan's, when he first looked at it, he initially was gonna tie into that.
Look at it back here there. It does lean back.
Back there.
Yeah.
I know, and that wind is actually going northwest. So we have to watch this here.
I feel like the one live limb on it, though, that big leader out there.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. And then there's another one up top, and the rest is dead. So, but we may have to coerce a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Throw a rope at it?
well, just take a look here. We'll just get straight in here. So I gotta. No. So this tree, friends, came down right on these people's house. So here's the tree from it. It is horrible.
It's all off.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It got struck by lightning, I think, right at the very top, or it was topped. We're gonna find out because we're gonna fall it. But that spiral wound goes from there all the way down around the tree on a spiral. Look at it. So, yeah, the wind's not in our favor, but the tree, I think, with a good undercut, we should be okay. To me, it makes no sense in climbing this unit when you can fall it. Something. Look at the cambium, which is the callus, which is right there. See, it's still feeding right there. Maples and hardwoods, they're nuts. They don't need live wood. They just need a trail. And this has got a trail from here. Zoom, 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 up. It spirals around. There's no holding wood there, nothing. So I'm explaining this to you because I want you to understand what the thought process behind this is. We've got a place to put an undercut where we can still utilize callus, which is right there, and it goes around the other side because there's nothing holding the back of that right there, friends, which you know what I'm saying? It's a sketchy tree. So I'll be back in a minute. We'll get set up. Aim for that cedar. You're not even coming in here, buddy. You're right out the front.
Where's my line?
Deeper. Deeper.
Deeper? I'm gonna throw off my sights, I gotta pull back a bit.
No. So it almost be nice to fall in a little more. But I like what we got, and this is why we did this. I'm going to show these people why we did this. Okay, so I think mine's going. So friends, Hogan, he's not used to up over his head cutting, but he got it. He got his cut in. Very difficult tree to put an undercut in. Look at.
Well, for a more experienced fella, probably wouldn't be that difficult.
Well,
as you showed me, but
yeah, but that's the cut we need right there for in here. But why it's imperative and why Hogan called me on this job is for a few different reasons. Look at, this is why I left this here. And I'll show you why we left this. Because of that. You see that wood right there? I'm working the callus to keep us on the stump because of this. Okay? And that. So this here, this is nothing. This is rot. Yes, there's still wood there, but it's not alive like this callus. And the callus ends right there. So Hogan's gonna start over there. He's got callus over there too.
so we do got good wood.
So we do have wood. But if you've gone past that, if you went past that callus, now you're asking that dead wood to go way beyond its means. So really assess stuff. Okay, way you go.
Friends, Hogan's just scribing a line, which is a smart idea to do on a big tree. And if you're not used to cutting up a bunch of big trees, even if you are used to cutting up a bunch of big trees, scribing a line's a great idea. Just lines up your back cut for you.
Over there, get all that wood.
All that cut up.
Yeah.
Low side after.
Yeah. So you don't have enough bar.
No, I know.
So go get all that wood cut up.
just like that.
That's what you mean, right? Just bring it
Yes,
in.
that's what I'm talking. In. You can go over there later. I want that wood there. Cut up a little more. Okay.
That's cut up, I think.
Friends, how's everybody doing? I hope well. It's Monday morning here. We're snapping this video together for you. I wanted to interject because I want to talk about something on this tree. This is an interesting set of circumstances on this tree. It's in horrible shape. What we've got, we're calling the low side, obviously the bush side, because the grade's like this. So the low side is on the low side of the grade, but the stem has a bit of lean. It's very interesting. It's hard to explain it. It's got interesting forces working on a spiraled wound. So it's just an interesting, when you're a tree guy and you know about fiber and you're thinking about fiber and forces pulling on decayed wood and all these things, it's just how my mind works anyways. But I want to tell you where we're at with this. We need wood, obviously, on the low side to hold it. That's why I worked that callus. Remember I talked about that callus on the low side, on the creek side? I talked about, so we've got to leave a post down there because that's the only thing holding us on the stump, right? If we cut that corner off, it's going over our shoulder onto the house, okay? Now, here's another scenario that's working on us hard. Check this out. The wind is coming from behind us where the house fell on the tree, or the tree fell on the house. The wind is ripping straight across the creek. We want it side hill. The wind is ripping it this way. So we have to leave a big piece of wood on the high corner or it's just going to break off and go not good. So we're fighting, but we're actually fighting forces going this way and that way. If the wind wasn't there, we could work that high side a bit more and get that thing moving into its undercut and hopefully, dribble it down. No, not with that freaking wind. It was ripping. Put it this way. We came home and trees fell down in my backyard, in my neighbor's yard. It was ripping, friends. So I'm working with Hogan here. I didn't take over the saw. I didn't want to take over the saw, but I was very nervous. I just wanted Hogan to know. And he's getting better at these types of scenarios. I'm trying to teach him about fiber, and he gets it. He gets it. It's just he's not used to cutting over his head in these little scenarios and that. So each time this comes about, I could easily just walk in and cut the tree down, but what's he going to learn? He's going to learn that he's watching Dad cut another tree down is what he's going to learn. So this was a kind of a joint effort on the two of us, and I wanted him in there. So very interesting scenario forces we're fighting here. Back at her. Anyway, so in essence, friends, I need probably twice to 3 times the size of hinge across the stump than I would normally need. So we will bang it. We'll coerce it. We need to leave wood on the stem. We can't have any drift or breakage or drifting into its... We can't have any of that. It needs to go straight on course. And the bigger your hinge is that you can force over, the better it's going to stay on its course. If you slice the top side up with a freaking wind, it's going to rip it off and blow it over into the creek. We can't have it. Back at her.
That's it. Now go over and get that low side. You need to know where your wood is. Get over here and have a look. You're almost there.
Almost cut up.
Hey, get your saw over there. Okay, what's it doing? What's the tree doing? Check your sights. Check your sights.
Look at what we're dealing with here, friends. Look at the wind. It was ripping it right off the stump. That's why we took our time
Look at that hemlock now.
and left a ton of wood on the stump as we banged wedges. If we had kept cutting, or like if I had been on the stump, I probably would have done my thing where I, you know. But as soon as the wind comes up, I stop.
Yeah, that throws a wrench in everything.
You stop is what you do, and you wait for it
Wait
to
for it to
pass.
settle down.
So that laid in there. It could not have laid in better. I think what we'll do is we'll crack these cedar limbs so that so they bounce up. Nice job, kid.
Yeah, thank you.
wildlife stem.
Huh?
Right on the money, buddy. Right on the money. So we had lots of variables here. We had variables everywhere. Hi there. Are you happy, darling? All right.
Look at those snazzy things, eh? Canada West boots. Hooked us up. I had some minor issues with the bit of wear and tear, early onset wear and tear with my last set. And I made some noise about it on a video, and they reached out to me and my dad, and they hooked us up both with a brand new set of boots. Look at me. Climbing in style. These are the Foresters. I kind of like them. I had the Climbers before, and they were awesome, and they're still great boots. It's just the eyelets where the laces, a couple of those popped out, and they're still good. I still wear them, but today I'm first climbing these. What I like about Canada West is you never have to break them in. Like they're pretty much pre-broken in. They have a bit of fuzzy stuff on the inside. They're just dandy. Thanks a lot, Canada West. Look at that mill over there, Duke Point over there. You can see that's Living Forest Campground. That's our estuary there. Ocean comes in there, tide's way out right now, and then feeds into the, or I guess the river feeds out of it. The river, Nanaimo River's up there. Just a gorgeous part of the country we live in. Gorgeous part of the world, one of the greatest. Anyways, I'll start chunking out some wood here. I think I got a video of the top from Tice got a video of the top. So I'll see you guys on the ground.
Hi friends, yeah, Bucking on here. Listen, I just wanted to close out the video here with Hogan and his buddy Tyson there. You guys see him come in the video now and again at the bunker and on the live feeds. There's a little side-by-side climb they had. That was a sure enjoyable job with Hogan on that maple tree. And boy's coming along nicely. It's good to see him get into those big cuts. Anyway, here's Tyson and Hogan finishing up. And listen, Canada West, you done a good thing getting a hold of Hogan there on his Instagram and taking care of that little problem with the boots. And I got a set of corks out of the deal too. So pretty kind of you folks. Thanks very much. Be kind, everybody.